Hey guys, what is up? As you guys tune in, drop me a comment. This is my first time going live in this group, so I want to make sure comments are appearing. So as you guys tune in, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. Tell me how your workout went. I think it was leg day for pretty much everyone in the challenge. For a couple of my clients who are doing their own training, I think it might have been an upper body day, but how do you guys' legs feel? I actually trained legs today too, and my glutes were vibrating after my workout. Margaret's here, hello. Kayla says, hey girl. I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight. It's been a bit since I did a live stream. I usually do them a couple times a week in my normal client group, but with December, we were kind of taking a little bit of a break, so I'm excited. Crystal says hi. Hey, Kelsey, working out after the live stream. Amanda killed your workout today. Christine, Felicia, Megan. Kelsey's here too. Kelsey, how are ya? Cool. As you guys tune in, drop a comment. I'm going to give it about a minute or so, just see how many people we get on live. Jennifer, hello. Legs are sore. Didn't help you did short leg day yesterday, I bet. Hi, Nicole. Hey, Chelsea. Brittany. Oh my god, there's so many of you guys here tonight. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I really appreciate it. So if you are watching the replay later on, when you tune in, comment replay so I know that you have watched. Erin says amazing workout. Awesome. If you guys brought a friend to the challenge and they're not here, tag them in the comments. I want to try to get as many of you guys live as possible tonight. Stephanie, I missed you too. It's been a bit. Hasn't been too long. Justine, this is neat. I've never been on one of these. Get ready for a ton. I was just working on Justine's shred workouts. They're intense. Caitlin, legs still feel like jello. All right, we'll give it about another 30 seconds and then we're going to get into the main topic. My voice is a little bit scratchy. I've been doing so many podcasts and application responses, and I had a cold a while back, and my voice just keeps disappearing and coming back. So I'm going to try to make it through. I'm going to have a drink of water, and then we're going to get started. Hey, Wenna. So today, we are going to be talking about how to turn your vision into a reality. And before we get into the main topic, I do want to remind you guys that we will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card. So if you want to be entered for a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card, make sure you stick around till the end. Hey Nikita. Hey Sephora. All right. Are you guys ready? I'm excited. Feel free to drop a question, drop a comment at any time. I want you guys to be involved and I want you guys to take a lot away from this training. So I want to start off with a question. How many of you guys here went through 2021 and for a large part of it, or any part of it really, felt lost or stuck or unmotivated despite having a profound internal desire to be a better version of yourself? If that's you, if you can relate to that at all this year, say me in the comments. Because in this training tonight, I'm going to walk you guys through a 5-step process of how you can rediscover who you really are and ultimately who you want to be in 2022. A you without mental barriers, a you without limitations, and a you who continuously steps into your own unique power. I see a lot of me's in the comments. Christine says me, Lena, Felicia. I think a lot of us can relate to that. It's been a crazy couple years, to be honest. All right, so step number 1. Step number 1 is know your vision. What is your vision? What do you actually want to achieve? Because if you don't know where you want to go, it's going to be extremely challenging to end up there. So become crystal clear on what you want out of life. So think about it right now. What do you want to feel like every day? What kind of body do you want to create? What kind of parent or partner do you want to be? What's your dream job? What's your dream career? If there were no limits, what would your mind, body, and life be like? What would it look like? Think about it. If you want to drop a comment, go ahead. Because if you don't know what that vision looks like, sure, a coach can help you get there. But if you don't know, we definitely do not know. And like, having worked with hundreds of women and helped you guys, some of you guys watching right now, like, work towards that vision, one thing that I can tell you is the actual achievement of a goal is far less important than the journey towards that goal. And the vision, your vision, is what is going to help you align the aspects, all the aspects of your life to determine what goals we actually need to set along the way. Far too often we just pull these goals out of thin air. Oh, I want to drop 20 pounds. Oh, I want to get stronger. I want to do this. But why? What are you working towards? Ashley, oh, your comment just disappeared. I'll come back to that one. Toned, be present, happy parent, says Kelsey. Finally working on teaching career. Wenna says happier, healthier, prioritize yourself. My sister's in the house, need to work on my vision board. Amanda, I want to feel better physically and mentally. Jade, I want to get toned, try to focus more on what goes into my body. Christine, I want more energy, feeling exhausted all the time. Those are awesome. Like, lean into that and work on those things. So figure out that vision, because once you have that vision, you have clarity. And that clarity is power. Step two is identify who you need to be. What behaviors do you need to exhibit to become the person in your vision? What standards do you need to hold yourself to? Because if you think about it, if you were already that person who could create this life that you want, you would already have it. So think about your life right now. If you want to stop binge eating, for example, what behaviors do you think someone who has broken free of binge eating practices? Because it is completely possible to break free of binge eating. I'm not going to say it's an easy process, but I have done it. I've had clients who've done it. I used to binge eat every single weekend, sometimes every single day, but I haven't done it in years, probably like 2 to 3 years. And prior to that, maybe 3 to 4 times in the 2 years prior to that. But 5+ years ago, I would binge eat every single weekend and sometimes every single day. And the part of the reason why I no longer do it is because I no longer behave like someone who struggles with binge eating. I no longer allow myself to fall into that binge and restrict cycle. I know my triggers. I've done some mindset work, and I fuel my body with a lot of healthy food. And if I am at a point where I want to do a more aggressive cut and I want to restrict my diet a little more, cut my calories a bit, I shift my mindset around that. And I no longer think of it as not being allowed to eat certain things, but simply that I'm choosing to eat different foods. Like my client Jordan, I don't know if she's here right now, she had a post up in our main group last night about some actions she took. She had previously struggled with cravings and whatnot, and she chose to say no to McDonald's when some other people were going for it, and swapping out certain sodas for like lemon water or even like a Zevia, because those are the small changes that are going to add up to huge results. It might not feel like a huge feat in the moment, but over time, those small things, they compound. So if for example, you want to lose belly fat, you want to shrink your waist, you want to strengthen up your core and have that like tight core that everyone seems to desire, what behaviors do you think someone who has a lean, tight waist exhibits? Do you think they party every weekend? They snack all day, order takeout when they're too tired? Or do you think they have their meals already prepped and planned? Do you think they cut their workouts short because they're tired? Or do you think they're the type of person who always pushes for that one extra rep? Because the result cannot come before the actions. There is no way you can achieve a desired outcome without taking the actions required to get there. And that's why quick fixes do not work. And they usually will leave you worse off than you were before you started. So step 2 is to figure out who you need to be. And step 3 is to start seeing yourself as that person. Jackie says tracking and realizing what you are putting in your body really helps. When it says more water and vacuum breathing, Kelsey, they definitely need to have a good and positive mindset. Absolutely. So step 3 is to start seeing yourself as that person. Start talking to yourself as that person. Because if you identify as a binge eater, guess who you are going to be? And if you are my client and you're watching right now, I probably have this ingrained in your brain, but your mentality dictates your reality. And if you tell yourself you're fat, if you tell yourself you are weak, that is who you are going to be. I don't know if Cheryl's watching right now, but Cheryl, if you tune in, if you watch the replay, when you started with Cut and Conquer, did you think of yourself as fit and strong? And how do you think of yourself now? Because I know that has completely switched for you. Amanda's here. I think Amanda's mindset is really starting to switch as well. Amanda says that's the hardest part for me. Ashley, I def talk to myself. If I didn't, I wouldn't be in this program still. Absolutely. Like, talk to yourself during your training. Hype yourself up. Tell yourself. I actually have a podcast coming out tomorrow that talks about mindset tips for training. So if that interests you, check out that episode. I won't go into it tonight. But yeah, there's a whole episode on how to talk to yourself when you're training. Because whatever you focus on is what you attract. Wherever you direct your attention, that is what you're going to get more of. Because you will always act in accordance to what you believe to be true. And we just talked about the importance of our actions. So shift how you see yourself. Shift how you talk to yourself. Christine says, in the past, I've had an all or nothing mentality. I need to change that and make slow, consistent changes. Absolutely. We're going to actually talk about that in this episode tonight, or in this live tonight. Margaret says, you definitely helped me improve my mindset. Yeah, it's all in. Well, it's not all in, but a huge part of it and a great step is to change how you talk to yourself. Honestly, like last year in 2021, I did not miss a single scheduled live stream in my client group in 2021. Why? Because I tell myself that I am a fucking awesome leader. I tell myself that if I expect greatness from my clients, I must expect greatness from myself. So I need to show up to every single live stream. I need to smile and I need to deliver the value even when I don't feel like it, because that is who I tell myself I am. Step number 4. Step number 4 is commit to a structured routine. We hear it all the time. Just be consistent, be consistent, be consistent. Everyone and their dog is preaching consistency, but they're not telling you how to be consistent. And if you don't have something to be consistent with, what good is consistency? Structure and habits are the key to consistency. When you have a structured program, a structured routine, something that works for your life, that works for your body, that is customized to your goals, that aligns with your vision, you then have that roadmap to your vision. You know, okay, I need to do XYZ today to take me one step closer to where I want to go. How many of you guys have previously worked really hard in the gym and still not gotten the results you want. Has that happened to you? If it has, let me know in the comments. Like, you bust your ass in the gym for weeks, for months, and your body doesn't change, and your weight doesn't change, and you're like, what the hell am I doing wrong? And I don't doubt that you are working hard, but are you working hard at the right things? Because success is pretty much guaranteed with anything in life when you are working hard at the right things. But if you are working hard at random things, you're going to get random results. And random results are generally not good results. Wenna says, me before I started training with you. Justine, Nicole, yes, and nearly starving myself. Jennifer, it has, but I know the reason why. It's my eating. Eating is another whole thing we're going to get into in on day 3, but absolutely. Because if you're working hard at random things, you have no control over your results. Your results are going to be random. That's like saying you're going to become a lawyer and then working really hard at parasailing and cooking and wondering why you keep failing the bar exam. Your actions need to be in alignment with your goals and follow a structure that takes you closer to your vision. Jackie says, Cut and Conquer has taught me so much about the importance of nutrition and mindset. Game changer. Kelsey says, I did my best on Christina's plan. Aaron, the last few months I trained with my boyfriend and watched him lose weight while I didn't. Exactly. And men are so different than women. I mean, absolutely, there's foundational aspects that 100% apply to you, whether you're a man or whether you're a woman. But there's so much difference between men and women. And there's also so much difference between women and women. Like, what kind of life do you live? How old are you? Where are you training? What equipment do you have? What's the structure of your body? What are your goals? Like, there's so much that is going to be individual to you. And that's why your actions need to be in alignment with your goals. And the problem is we get so busy and we get so caught up in the craziness of life. And I'm sure you guys can totally relate to that with it just being like the holiday season. And we're so busy working hard that sure, okay, you might have a vision, but if you do not have a consistent routine that allows you to practice the behaviors you need to exhibit to become the person in that vision, you are not going to get closer to it. But when you do have that roadmap and that structure, it starts to matter less if you have what we like to call motivation. Because at this point, it's just becoming your lifestyle. And honestly, that's why the good days are so important. And the bad days are just as important. It's January 3rd right now. You guys are all here in a 4-day fitness challenge. Your motivation is probably pretty high right now. So use that motivation as rocket fuel to build the habits. Because those habits that we are creating, they're not meant for the good days. You're going to have no problem doing them when you feel good. It's when you're having a bad day that those habits matter. That is what those habits are for. The habits you build on the good days are what's going to push you through on the days that you feel like your life is in shambles. So build the habits now. Commit to a structured routine now when things are good, so that when life punches you in the face, because we all know it happens, you have what you need to be able to move forward. Is this making sense? Drop me some comments if it is. I'm going to have a drink of water. Jackie says, I'm a total MILF after the fall fat loss program. You are. I have a funny story. I was actually not going to tell this funny story today because this isn't my client group. So I was scared I was going to get some weird reactions, but I'll tell it anyway because it ties in with what my sister just said. So I was at the gym today and I was with my boyfriend and he finished his workout like a little bit before me, and he's like, I'll just meet you downstairs. I'm like, okay, I'll be done in like 5 minutes. So at Mac Island, if you work out at Mac Island, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. So we usually go in like the change rooms by the curling rink, and then we walk up the stairs to the gym. So I was walking down the stairs, and he was sitting in the chairs just out front of the curling rink before you enter the change room. And he was sitting there looking at me, and I didn't really notice, because if you guys have ever seen me at the gym, like I'm kind of like just zoned out focusing on what I'm doing, and I was still kind of in that like gym zone. And so he's like sitting there, and I look at him, and he's like giving me like the look, so I like give him the look back, and I'm like eyeing him up and like winking at him. And I kind of noticed like there's like these two boys like who are like, I don't know, 18, 19, that like definitely thought I was looking at them, and they were walking by as I was doing this. And then I didn't really think about it. I came back, he's like, oh my god, apparently he's like, those two kids that walked by, they were like, did you see that chick eyeing me up? And I thought that was really funny. Ashley says, yes, Christmas was tough. Now I'm coming down with a chest cold. Cannot wait to get back to routine. Absolutely. All right, let's get on to step number 5. Step number 5. Christine already touched on this one. Kelsey says, just let them think it was their lucky day. I know, I was like, oh my god. But honestly, if that was me in high school and some older dude was eyeing me up, I'm like, ooh, that's pretty cool. They probably had a great workout. I do what I can, right? So, okay, step number 5. Lose the all or nothing mentality. This one is really important. It is so much more valuable to give 70% 100% of the time than it is to go 100% all in 30% of the time. Because that is what we all do. We start these New Year's resolutions and we go 100 miles per hour into these unrealistic lifestyle changes that we cannot maintain. And then we fall off track and we feel like shit, and we let that shame sit with us and we beat ourselves up because we failed. And because we went 100 miles per hour into these drastic lifestyle changes, we feel mentally and physically exhausted from doing cardio every day, not eating enough, and usually focusing too much on the number on the scale. And after that, we genuinely don't really feel like we have the capacity to try again. And then we enter that downward spiral. Has that ever happened to you guys? If it has, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys have ever felt like you have to do everything perfect or it's not worth doing anything. Jackie says, I fell off the wagon into a box of chocolates on Boxing Day, but I climbed right back on. I don't know why I read that like in a literal sense. I had like a vision of it. Rachel, oh my god, yes, this is my problem. Jackie, me, Christine, all the time. Kelsey says yes. Bryn, yep. But honestly, you guys, it does not matter if you are perfect. It does not matter if you show up. I mean, it does not matter if you mess up. It does matter if you show up. It doesn't matter if you're perfect. It doesn't matter if you mess up. Just take action. 5 minutes is better than 0 minutes. I give all of my clients an emergency 15-minute workout in their training plans. How many of you guys who are my client have used that 15-minute emergency workout plan and actually felt good about doing it? Instead of realistically not having time to get your full 45-minute workout in and then feeling like crap and deciding to not do anything. Because doing half a workout is better than doing no workout. One healthy meal is better than no healthy meals. Doing something to build and maintain trust within yourself is so important. Cheryl says, I'm so late, I'll rewatch the beginning. You better, because I talked about you, Cheryl. I even sent Cheryl a texting invite. Because if you break that integrity within yourself, it's hard to get it back. And trying to be perfect is holding you back. So no matter how old you are, how in or out of shape you are, or how shitty 2021 was to you, it is never too late to change your life. It is never too late to turn your life around. No matter what that voice inside your head tells you, it's never too late to start making changes. You have to show up for yourself and work towards your vision day in and day out until a new you is created. And that is how you build a new you in 22. So that is it for the main part of our training video tonight. Tell me in the comments, what did you guys learn? What was your biggest takeaway? I'm going to take a drink of water and then I'm going to announce challenge number 1. Cheryl, I was just bugging you, by the way. All right, so as you guys are thinking about what you learned, I'm going to tell you challenge number 1. So I will also post this challenge in the group and pin it to the top so you guys have it, a reference where you can read it and then drop your challenge entry. So take at least 5 or at least 10 to 15 minutes tonight or tomorrow morning, and you're going to write down these things. I do suggest writing it down on an actual piece of paper because I personally think it's like more powerful when you actually see the words coming into reality with your hand. But if you're more of a phone person, you can totally write it on your notes in your phone and take a screenshot. So 3 steps. Step number 1 is write down 1 to 2 sentences that summarize your vision. Step 2, 1 word that best describes the person you need to become to achieve that vision. And step 3, write down 1 limiting belief about yourself that you are going to let go of in 2022. 1 to 2 sentences that summarize your vision, 1 word that best describes the person you need to become to achieve that vision, and number 3, 1 limiting belief you are letting go of in 2022. And I highly recommend that you do expand on this for your own personal growth, but this is just what's required for the challenge, those 3 little steps. Again, I'll have this pinned to the top of the group so you don't have to remember it off by heart. And then you guys can drop your challenge entries, take a picture of your paper or take a screenshot of your notes in your phone and drop them there. And again, everyone who completes all 4 challenges, watches all live streams, and completes all 4 workouts will be entered to win the grand prize at the end of the challenge. And right now, if you guys want to be entered to win a $25 Amazon gift card that we will be giving away in tomorrow's live stream, take a screenshot of the live stream. I'll do a beautiful pose for you guys here in a minute and share it on your Instagram story. Tag at Knifina and at Cut and Conquer Fitness to be entered. Must tag both accounts. And the winner will be announced on tomorrow's live stream. So take a screenshot, share it to your Instagram story, tag me at Knifina, tag at Cut and Conquer Fitness. And thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate you guys taking this 30 minutes, I guess it was, to have this discussion with me. I'm going to read back through your comments that you just put in there about your biggest takeaways. And hope you guys have an awesome evening. Fuel yourself with some healthy food and make sure you're ready to crush your workout tomorrow. I really appreciate all you guys being here. And Brittany's going to be talking tomorrow about how to make every workout your best workout. All right, I'll see you guys in the group.